Hey guys, it's John from the Visicast. I'm joined by Darren, who is playing Ultramarines with Guilliman, and George, who is playing Death Guard with Mortarion, and they're going to face off like this, and it's going to be amazing. So let's jump into the game. I'm going to dodge Mortarion for the whole game. Not true, we've already played it.
Yeah, we do know what happens.
We know what happens. It's entertaining, though.
Yeah, I mean,
keep watching. Now that you know that. We don't, we do know.
They don't.
It's like we're from the future.
Just ruin the surprise.
Okay guys, here's my 2,000 points of Death Guard. It's actually 1996, I think we had it all up. So first and foremost, we've got a battalion detachment, giving me 3 command points, 3 HQs in there. So leading the charge, as it were, is Typhus. He's got psychic powers, blaze of putrefaction and putrescent vitality, and he's got 2 plague casters along to keep him company. The one with the red cloak's got Curse of the Leper and Gift of Contagion, and the other one's got Miasma of Pestilence and Plague Wind. Then in that attachment I've got 3 troops units, so 1 unit of 20 Poxwalkers and 1 unit of 17, and then I've got a 7-man Plague Wind unit hoping to get a bit of Noble's Blessings using his number there. So I've got 2 plasma guns, and the champion's got Plasma Gun, Power Fist and a Plague Sword. Final thing in that detachment is an Elite's Choice, a Noxious Blightbringer with a Plasma Pistol. Next up, I've got an Outrider detachment for another command point. The HQ in there is a Demon Prince of Nurgle. He's got 2 Malefic Talons, and he has the Relic Suppurating Plate for a tasty 2+, plus some reflecting mortal wounds. And his psychic power is Blades of Putrefaction. He hasn't got the gun that he's equipped with because he can't have it anymore, but he has got wings. Finally, I've got 3 fast attacks in that detachment, so 3 fetid bloat drones, each armed with 2 plague spitters. And last up, we have a super heavy auxiliary detachment with the big man himself, Mortarion, debut on the channel, freshly painted, so expecting him to have some new model syndrome going on, but we'll see if he can fight through that. Pretty tough cookie, we'll see how that works out. He's of course my Warlord, so he's got Arch Contaminator as his mandatory Warlord trait, and then Psychic Power, he's got Curse of the Leper, Miasma of Pestilence and Putrescent Vitality. So that's the whole lot, 7 command points rather neatly. We'll see how that goes.
This is my Ultramarine army being brought back again for a second time. I've just put the list together the first few minutes before coming over, so we'll see how it goes, but it's just throwing together some things. So we have a battalion detachment with the 2 HQs being Tigerius, not the Tigerius model, it looks a lot better than Tigerius model, so there we go, and a captain. It's then got 3 5-man units of tactical squads to make up the minimum troop choices. 1 tactical squad has a missile launcher, 1 has a las cannon, and 1 has a plasma gun. In fact, actually, the squad with the las cannon has 6 guys in it because they had spare points. Then, because you can have quite a number of elites in the battalion detachment, I have gone with lots of elites. So we've got 3 aggressors, and they're armed with the Boltstorm gauntlets and frag launcher cannon things on the back of their shoulders, all of them armed with those. We have an 8-man Stern Guard squad with 3 melters, combi melters in that squad. We have a tactical Terminator squad with a Cyclone missile launcher. We have an assault Terminator squad with 3 Thunderhammer storm shields and 2 sets of lightning claws. And we also have a Razorback with twin-linked assault cannons, because for the eagle-eyed of you will notice I haven't got my Land Raider, so I've pinched the assault cannon off there, and a Rhino, just for those tactical marines obviously. There's a drop pod for the Stern Guard to go in, and lastly we have Guilliman as, is it the Supreme? No, it's the super heavy detachment. That's him, yeah. So Guilliman's in there as well, because funnily enough we wanted to see what Guilliman was like versus Mortarion.
Okay guys, we have been through deployment. The mission type is Cloak and Shadows, which is the one whereby you hide your objectives from your opponent, but otherwise you pretty much will always have 3 in your hand. And the deployment type, if you haven't guessed already, is Hammer and Anvil. In terms of objective placement, Darren is going to talk us through very quickly where they are. Darren?
Okay, starting off in what should be your bottom left-hand corner, objective number 1.
Yeah, just down here.
Up here, top left-hand corner is objective number 2.
Yeah.
This is where they stop being in order. In the middle here, by the statue, as is traditional,
Always.
is number 4.
Always.
Just behind this vent here, you've got number 5.
Yeah.
On top of the landing pad, number 6.
Yeah.
And over in this corner here, number 3.
Awesome news.
There's another thing that I should point out whilst we're doing objectives.
Yeah.
You'll see some gold tokens.
Yes.
Those tokens represent my Terminator's teleport homers.
Mm-hmm.
So they may hopefully come into play during the game if they don't get destroyed.
Teleport homers allow you to teleport back to them as a movement.
But they do get destroyed
Yeah.
if he moves within a certain number of inches of them.
I believe is it like 9 or
7 or 9. We'll have a look in a
we'll
bit.
check, but that's how they work. So we'll start out with deployment. George, if you want to talk through your deployment.
Sure. So yeah, my deployment, I've Hammer and Anvil kind of caught me out a little bit because I just didn't think it would happen. I don't know why. Anyway, so after spending a lot of time thinking about that, I've got this really handy building on one side. So put that in my zone to take advantage of that to shelter some of my units over there. So you'll see they're all tucked up in the building. The plague drones, demon prince, Morty's hiding to try and save me for some turn 1 firepower. Then to make sure I wasn't just giving up the other half of the board, I've kind of biased left with all the foot sloggers. So trying to use the board width to minimise Darren's mobility, but he's got so much coming in deep strike, it's kind of a bit reactive. With hindsight, I'm wondering if I should have maybe tried to fill my backfield a bit more. I probably could have really limited where he could deploy his deep strikers, but I've not done that, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, I suppose you could have spaced 2 inches between everything, taken up a massive footprint and stopped him.
I think I could have forced him to go in front of me.
You could have done.
Might have been a better plan, but we'll find out in a minute.
Quite possibly, quite possibly. Now, so Darren's deployment, what have you done?
Okay, so we've actually got quite a limited amount of things on the board at the moment. Essentially, the vehicles, the transports are using basically to have the tactical squads in. So there's one squad in there of 6 men with a las cannon in the Razorback. Down underneath here, you've got a Rhino with 2 squads of 5 men, one with plasma, one with missile launcher. The aggressors have set up quite aggressively in the front. Guilliman is just behind them, and the 2 veterans, company veterans, are basically hugging next to him.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And then the rest of the stuff is all coming through deep strikes, so that's 2 units of Terminators, and then it's a unit of 8 Stone Guard in the drop pod, and the 2 characters are inside the drop pod as well.
Nicely done. Okay, cool. We are, just so you guys are aware, using some of the, I believe it's called Chapter Approved. Is it Chapter Approved? It's coming out shortly.
Chapter not out yet.
It's not out yet, no, but we are using some of those just for the sake of everything. Everyone seems to be playing them. The main thing that will affect in this game is that the players need to roll off to see who gets first turn. The player who finished deploying first, which is Darren, gets +1 to that roll. So we're about to roll. Darren?
Now, just 1 point. This will be my 7th game of 8th edition, and I have still yet to go first. So it would be quite nice if I get to go first. Although, in this one, maybe it won't be so bad because it's not an alpha striking list.
So
Ready?
Darren's roll, here we go. We have a 5. It's a good +1. It's a 6. Oh, that's it. Darren has it. Darren has first turn.
His first turn.
Unless you want
However,
to seize.
yeah, you still get to roll C's immediately after.
I'll take a seize.
Alright,
close
it's on
are
a
we gonna
6
be?
plus. I guarantee he's going to get it. No,
Are you going to use a command
to
point?
reroll?
It was tempting. It's quite tempting.
Is it just to ruin me?
Just to take that first turn off you, I think.
Really?
No other reason.
Oh, command point.
Yes!
Is it a 6? Is it a 6?
It is a 6.
Oh my god, after all that.
Oh, sorry. Not
7
sorry.
games.
Wow. Darren, it's unbelievable. But
Wow.
I don't think you're going to be that.
I was encouraging him to do it. So.
Yeah, you were. I don't think it's going to be too bad. It's not alpha strike, is it?
No.
So we shall go over to Death Guard, turn 1. So we are sponsored by War Games. War Games do discount miniatures, GW miniatures, and loads of other game systems as well. But they're cheaper than you would find on GW or official sites, which is nice. You can check them out below. We also have some official Visicast scenery provided by the XLC. So you have some dice rolling towers here, and here you have some shipping containers. They're pre-printed, so you literally get them in the post. What did I say?
It sounded like chicken.
I did not say chicken containers, I swear on my life. But yeah, so you can buy them, they're linked below. Quite cheap, pre-printed, you just need to put them together. But yeah, that's all the shout outs I want to do for now. Make sure you do press subscribe, because we do a lot of battle reports, and they're the best ones online, right?
What is the range for this thing?
No one answered. I'm sure you guys, brilliant,
awesome.
fantastic.
We know straight away what the range is.
Thank you.
What's the range on this?
Okay, we're on Death Guard turn 1 in terms of objectives. I'm only going to point at them because they are secret and I don't want down to here. We have this one, and this one. I appreciate that's not at all helpful. Those are the cards. Death Guard turn 1 movement. George, talk us through what's happened.
Okay, so having thought about it too late in my deployment phase, I've tried to do it at the end. So you can see I've spread out for some ball control and to limit Darren's deep striking options. So I moved just within 9 inches of the teleport homer here.
That's the objective.
It's objective 2, but what I was actually getting within was range of the teleport homer.
Oh, was there a teleport home at the back?
There was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Go back to the start of the video.
Yeah.
Ah.
So we've cleared that out the way, and then I've conga lined my poxwalkers to sort of push, if Darren goes behind me, he has to be quite way behind me, and otherwise just push them up forward to keep my characters protected. The Plague Marines have moved into this building. Cover, yeah. And then over here, you'll see I've pushed most of the guys up. So the Demon Prince, 2 of the boat drones and Mortarion have all popped up in those buildings. I've left 1 bloat drone further back, and that's the same reason to push any deep strikers away from those guys, or they have to go in front. So the last thing I'm doing in my movement phase, remember, is using Cloud of Flies, which will stop Darren selecting a unit as a target. So that costs me 1 command point, and I'm going to use that on these Plague Marines. So that means he can't pick that unit as his target in the shooting phase unless it's the closest visible unit.
Cool, nicely done.
Bosh. So
psychic phase?
Yeah, so we'll roll straight to the psychic phase. Most of my stuff's out of range because I positioned my characters badly. So all of these guys are out of range of offensive stuff. Oh well. What I'm going to do is Mortarion's going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on himself.
Yeah, what does this do?
So this is -1 to hit him.
Okay.
So that's going to go off on a 6, which it does.
Nicely done.
So and all shooting attacks are -1 to hit him.
Darren has no psychers in range to deny.
Not on the board yet, yeah, which is quite handy. And then I'm going to cast, so Typhus is going to cast Putrescent Vitality on the unit of Poxwalkers just in front of him.
Cool.
It's the green unit.
What do you need?
So that needs to go off on 6, which it has just.
Yep.
So that gives them +1 strength and toughness.
Nicely done.
And then last off, I've got a smite on the Demon Prince and a smite on Mortarion, and they're both just in range of this Razorback.
Okay.
So for lack of anything better to do, we're going to do that. So for Mortarion first, that goes off on 8 for 2 wounds, and on the Demon Prince, he fails. That's it.
I am going to use 1 command point.
Yeah. Nice.
And I'm going to use Armour of Contempt. Roll a d6 for that mortal wound. And on a 5+, well, both those mortal wounds, they're ignored.
Oh, nice.
So 5 ups to.
Do you say it's worth it?
No. Do I get them back though?
5+?
No.
I'm down to. I started off with 9, by the way, so I'm down to 8.
Cool.
9, tasty.
So that's the end of your movement and your psychic.
Yeah.
Over to shooting.
Okay, so shooting wise, there's not a great deal because everything has advanced pretty much, except the Plague Marines. So they are just about within single tap range of these aggressors. I think the guys over here, there's 2 that aren't in range of their bolt guns. So I've got 3 plasma guns on normal profiles.
Hitting on 3s, yeah.
Hitting on
nicely
3s.
done.
Actually, no, they're hitting on 4s because the mission.
The mission. Sorry, yeah. So this mission is a special rule. First turn, both armies get -1 to hit, right?
No, so it's the whole game.
Whole game.
Outside of 18 inches, -1 to hit because it's dark.
Yes.
Or in our case, there's a cloud of toxic smog.
Which Darren,
covering my advance.
Darren is, funnily enough, putting in the room.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm guessing these guys are toughness 5, so then Gravis armour thing. So that wounds once. It's a plasma gun, so it's minus
2,
2,
3.
minus something.
Roll a dice.
Roll a dice. We'll work it out.
We'll just guess. The internet loves it when we guess.
Yeah, they love it when we make it up.
Probably failed, didn't it? Let's just go with that. And I think plasma guns are 4
minus
wounds.
3.
4 wounds? Plasma guns?
Yeah, 4 wounds each.
Yeah. 4 wounds each.
Yeah, so he's taken a wound, and then I've got 3 bolt guns, also hitting on 4s. So, I've remembered this game. Death to the False Emperor. I get another attack because I rolled a 6.
Nice.
That
So 2 hits.
2 hits, and we're looking for 5s. 1 wound. It's just a bolt gun, so
1-3.
no AP. No. Take that. That is all of my shooting and the end of my turn.
Death Guard shooting at its finest, I think you will agree.
I did do a wound.
I know.
All right.
At its finest, that's it. Cool, so that is the end of Death Guard turn 1. Very nice and tidy. We shall go over to Ultramarines turn 1. So we have... those are the objectives. Darren, there's more stuff on the board, isn't there?
Yeah.
I'm not seeing things. What's going on?
Okay, so a lot of it, the and ahhing before the game, or sorry, before the turn, which was about where am I going to place everything that's coming down. Part of me sort of thinks, okay, should I go for Mortarion at this point?
Yeah.
And as good as an idea as that might be, I just think I'd rather he was out in the open before I started doing that. And what I've done is try to move things back far enough so that hopefully he can't charge the units I want to keep alive. So I've gone for a sort of wait a turn, try and thin down some of the other stuff, wait for him to sort of creep out. The next thing that I've done is deployed one of my deep striking units, which is the Terminators.
Oh, I see.
You can see in your top left-hand corner. Quite a way away, but you can probably guess why they're there. The tactical squad that was in the Razorback has decided to get out and scoot as far away from Mortarion as possible and keep himself next to Guilliman. Guilliman has pretty much stayed where he is, trying to keep his bubble. Next up, the 2 units that were inside the Rhino have both dismounted and scrambled their way up on top of the landing pad to try and now start using a nice field of fire out here. The aggressors have moved forward so that they can get within range to start shooting something, and then the drop pod has come down with the squad of Stern Guard in this gap down here to try and start making some impact. I kind of want to get Tigerius and the captain into somewhere where they're going to start affecting psychic powers being cast, because of course they've both got the ability to deny. With the captain with his Sanctic Halo allows him to act as, to dispel or nullify 1 psychic power a turn. So that's why I've got them there to start making use of that, because I know that the mortal wounds that are going to get generated from the psychic powers of the Nurgle Marines are going to really start hitting me hard. So I want to deny that as much as possible.
Cool.
The next up would be the psychic phase. And the captain can't cast any, he can only deny, but Tigerius can start casting.
Cool, Tigerius is just here, there he is. Cool.
Okay, I know what the first thing I want to try and do is,
okay,
and that is going to be Might of Heroes, and he's going to try and cast it on the aggressors behind him. And what I'm doing that for is it just adds 1 to their toughness. 6.
Cool, 6 and re-rolling if needed. It's a perils.
I can only re-roll failed ones, I can't re-roll perils.
Yeah, but what you could do is you could spend a command point to re-roll one of the dice. You could spend a command point on anything. Yeah.
Spend a command point.
Ah, what the chances? Double 6.
Okay, so see if I get my command point back.
Yep.
Which I don't, so I'm down to 7. What does it do then?
3 mortal wounds. If it kills it, bad things happen. But
2 mortal wounds. 2 mortal wounds. That's very. Does the power go off if you get?
Yes.
Okay, well that's kind of alright.
It.
Cool. So Might of Heroes has gone off. They have +1 toughness, and the next power you're going to cast?
What's the leadership of these grotty things here?
They're essentially fearless, aren't they? Or they're fearless for
they
the.
will have a leadership value, which is probably 10. Hang on.
Alright, okay.
Leadership 4.
I'm going to do Psychic Scourge on them.
Cool.
On the green unit.
The unit here.
Yeah.
Cast it.
Wow. Done on a
so
10.
I roll a dice.
Hang on,
and
I'm
add
going
my
to try and deny with Typhus. No.
Goes off.
Sorry about that. So yeah, we roll a dice each, and if I win, you can take D3 wounds and add our leadership. So I've got 10.
I've got 10.
Ah,
Boo.
And he can't do any more because he only do 2.
So the aggressors just down here are firing at this squad of poxwalkers. Yeah. So aggressors, you need to roll for how many shots they have. Essentially, it's 2d6 shots each, right?
Yeah, because of what I've got the auto bolt storm gauntlets, which is assault 6. Oh, sorry, assault 6, not d6.
Oh, okay.
And then for the rolling, how many shots for the autos?
Frag launch things.
Yeah, the frag launchers, it's d6. So I'll roll 3d6 to represent the frag launchers on top of them.
Yes.
And then I'll add 18 to the number of shots.
Yeah.
Because they basically got the same profile.
Cool, sounds good.
So we have got 9.
Cool, so rolls, we're going to split this into 2. Both weapons have exactly the same profile, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're going to roll, I believe, 18 and 9. So
Okay.
first lot. Hitting on 3s, yeah?
Yep. Let me just double.
Yeah. You
yeah.
are within 18. So.
And of Guilliman as well. So.
Which means he gets to reroll all to hit and to wound. Rerolls.
Okay, so that's all of them hit.
Nice.
I will roll to wound now. Remember, we've got 8 more
Yes.
to do after this. Yeah?
9 more.
9 more. So toughness is 5, so it's 5 to wound, but with rerolls.
Yes, it's tough.
On those?
So discussing resilience, looking for 5s.
Yep.
I haven't got any rerolls though. I say 2 and take 8.
So, and they're 1 wound apiece.
Yeah.
8
and
models
then the next
gone.
set of shooting from them, so that's the remaining 9 shots.
Yeah. Hitting on 3s with rerolls thanks to Guilliman, and then wounding on 5s as a result of both the psychic power on the poxwalkers and the ability from the what, George? Is it Typhus?
Typhus has got normal roll.
Rolling to wound, they all wound. That was a 5. Okay, so that's another 4.
And it goes straight through to disgustingly resilient.
Oh.
For none. Do they not have their save is a 7+, isn't it? It can only get to 6+ with the cover.
Correct.
Cool. So that's actually quite a lot of damage. They are essentially fearless for the purposes of morale tests. So yeah, they don't need to. You don't need to roll for morale
Sucks
tests.
to be
for them,
me.
no. So yeah, they will be okay.
Okay.
So this squad of Stone Guard vets are shooting at. Is it the same squad of Poxwalkers?
Yeah.
All of their shots.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We've got a mix of weapons in there. We have the special issue ammunition bolt guns, and then we have combi weapons. We're going to fire the special issue version first with the
Masterful marksmanship stratagem.
That's one, which adds 1 to the wound rolls of the rolls he makes.
This group.
So if you roll to hit and you're re-rolling 1s because you are within a captain, he's not within a Guilliman. So
Okay.
yeah.
Before I do that, because I'm spending a command point, I'm going to roll for getting it back.
Yeah, of course.
Get it out of the
This
way.
is a 5+. Yeah. What we got?
No, I still haven't
4.
got one
No,
back yet.
unfortunately not.
Not done well.
So I'm down to 6. Now, this is the special issue bulk of ammunition.
Yep.
So rolling
on
to hit,
3.
re-rolling any 1s.
Yeah. Re-rolling 1s.
Okay.
Cool.
So these ones will be wounding on 4s.
5.
Fours.
Oh no, +1.
Yeah, so essentially winning on 5s, but then we +1, so that 4 becomes a 5. So
Rubbish.
unfortunately only 1.
Okay, so 1 save on there.
Yeah,
Disgustingly resilient, straight through.
Yeah, this is AP -2, but it won't affect DR 1 dice.
Okay. Next up, I'm going to be firing the double tap range of the bolt gun on the combi weapons. I'll also be firing the melter as well.
Yeah, so we just looked this up. Apparently you can fire both profiles, but you just get -1 to hit as you're
So
firing
these
both.
hitting on 4s, re-rolling 1s. Okay, bit better. Wounding on 5s.
Yeah.
1 wound.
So there's no plus because they're not the special issue ammunition. Disgustingly
And
resilient
then 3
passes.
melter
Yeah,
gun
that's
shots.
4s.
Re-rolling that. Okay, I'm assuming
2s?
wounding on 3s though, because
Oh.
that's 5.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
not
sorry.
double.
2 wounds, and these will be at minus. That
Minus
doesn't really matter.
knots. No.
2 more drops.
I'm not rolling those saves very well.
Right, so we just rolled for this squad here, 4 guys going into these Poxwalkers. Unfortunately, no, nothing. And then we had the bolt gun here going into these guys, and unfortunately, nothing.
This unit here,
Mm-hmm.
they're over 18, and they're going to fire everything at them.
Cool.
Well,
And the
apart
other-
from the missile launcher, which is going to fire at Mortarion.
Nicely done. So because they're over 18, it's -1 to hit as per the mission rules.
So 4 bolt guns from this squad shooting at them.
Yep, hitting on 4s. 2 hits, wounding on. These are wounding on 4s. These haven't got +1. Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
So this is
What are they wounding on?
just straight up 4s because they don't have +1 to their
1 wound.
toughness. 5 up, disgustingly resilient.
Yeah, you're starting to make
passes.
them now.
And then the shot against Mortarion, he's technically moved, so he's -1 to hit, and he is also more than 18, -2 to hit.
And he's got Master of Pestilence, so it's -3.
So that's
I forgot to re-roll to hit and wound, but on those ones, doesn't matter. This guy's going to fire at him then, so what do I need to hit?
6.
A 6?
Yes.
So why is it a 6? So
-1 because you're over 18, -1 because you moved, -1 for the power he got off last turn.
that's 3. So that's 6, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
6s, but with a re-roll.
Assume this is a crack missile.
Yeah.
Alas, no.
Okay.
These two just down here, firing at that squad of Poxwalkers. Only 2 left in that squad. Obviously re-rolling all to hits, although you're hitting on 4s.
Yep, I'll re-roll
So you
that.
can't
Can't re-roll the
Can't
3
re-roll that
because you apply modifiers afterwards.
Yep.
On to wound. Does not
Re-roll
wound,
that.
but you re-roll, yeah. Wounds. 5 up Sustaining Resilient.
Oh.
Fails. 1 left in the squad.
One left.
Stormbolter on the drop pod into the 1 remaining Poxwalker, hitting on 3s.
Is it within 12?
You might be.
Yep, so he gets 4 shots.
Cool. Stormbolter, yeah. Rapid fire. 2. Or, And then we're on to wound. Outside of Guidebrush, re-roll that 6.
I hate
So-
to point it out.
Yeah.
So that doesn't wound, so it's still toughness 5. But do you get to re-roll the 1 for the captain?
I do,
1 to
yeah.
hit. Yeah.
Hits.
See the wounds. No.
Wound anyway.
5+ for first blood.
Ah!
Failed. First blood goes to the Ultramarines.
Boo.
This Razorback just here has not moved. It's shooting a Demon Prince, which is just here. You can just see him there.
Actually, it's not -1 because I was in range for smite, so I must have been.
Oh, okay, of course, yeah. So it's not -1
threes.
as per the mission rules. Yeah, hitting on
Re-rolls
3s.
because of Guilliman.
Indeed. Re-rolling those misses thanks to Guilliman.
Ready?
4s to wound. With re-rolls thanks to Guilliman. Nicely done.
4.
And then it's minus. What's the minus profile? I believe it's -2.
Well,
Here are the saves. 2+ armor save. If it's he passes all of them.
Unless you got a -3.
Probably not.
No, I don't
I
think you do.
sincerely doubt that.
We are just looking up to see if Guilliman can use his orbital bombardment because he has not moved. This is a stratagem, if I'm correct, isn't it, Darren?
Yep, I'm just trying to find it.
Cool. We are using a stratagem, orbital bombardment. It's 3 command points for the Ultramarines, and it's going to go basically pick a point on the battlefield, visible one, which is
It's going
just
to be literally
here.
the corner of the building.
Indeed.
I'm going to roll to get my command points back now before I
Okay.
forget. So
Fine.
I've got 6. This is 3 points that will take me down to 3. Let's see if I get any back.
On 5s.
No,
Oh,
still
Darren.
none of back. Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be a bit of a pain if it doesn't do anything. So it is D6 inches from that point.
Yes.
There's the range of it, which is 6
Nice.
inches.
So that's going to hit all.
Hits all of them.
Yep. Okay, roll a D6 for every unit within that range.
Hits all of them,
Subtract 1 from the result if the unit being rolled for is a character, so that would be Mortarion. And on a 4+, the unit receives D3 mortal wounds.
So it'll be Mortarion and the Demon Prince, the character.
Both characters.
Yeah.
Okay, but it would presumably be all of those bloat drone
Bloat
things.
drones are fine.
Yeah, the 2 in there. So you've got 2 bloat drones. Do you want to do the one closest to you first?
One close to me, 4+, it will get D3 wounds. Yep.
How many?
He takes 2 mortal wounds.
Disgusting resilient. No saves.
Okay.
So he's taken 2. Yep. The next bloat drone.
No.
No.
Mortarion on a. Oh, sorry. Demon Prince on a 5.
No. And
Mortarion on a
Mortarion.
5.
5.
Yes.
D3. 1.
1.
Disgusting
Disgusting
resilient.
No,
No,
he
takes-
takes his first wound.
Takes a mortal wound.
This squad just here, the las cannon is the only thing that can really fire. It's the only thing that has range. It's firing at Mortarion on to hit. So you have, oh, never mind, you are
Re-roll.
re-rolling, yeah, but you have some minus modifiers, so
Yeah.
that's not going to hit.
Okay. This guy here
Rhino,
is going to fire at storm bolt shots, which I believe is 2 shots
Yes.
at them.
no, 2 shots.
The 4, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yes.
Hits anyway.
Mhm.
4s to wound.
4s
Yeah.
indeed.
Re-rolling that because of Guilliman.
Yep.
2 wounds.
Disgusting resilient. No.
2 more drop.
Yeah.
This squad of Terminators just here, all of their shots going into the Poxwalkers. So, Stormbolters first.
This is just the regular guys with storm bolters.
Yeah, we're on to hit. Now you are hitting on 3s.
Yeah.
Nice,
Okay.
nice roll.
So,
4s to wound, yeah.
okay, so we've got this many wounds so
We're on
far.
Pete's Haunt.
And I'll roll for the other storm bolter as well to add them to the wound pool.
Okay.
He misses with 2, and he gets 2 more wounds.
Is this all the storm bolters?
This is just all the storm bolters.
Okay, so
Disgusting
that's
resilience.
the resilience. I pass.
Oh,
2.
wow.
That's not gone well.
That has not gone well. Poxwalkers are dropping very fast. In the last game, if you watched the last battle report, which you should have done if you haven't, make sure you do and press subscribe and all that stuff as well. I had a real problem trying to shift them, and in this game they do seem to be dropping very, very quickly. So Darren needs to roll 2d3 to see how many shots he gets off of his Cyclone missile launcher, the frag variant obviously. There's a total of 3.
Points for that.
Rolling to hit.
4s.
Yes, -1 because he moved. All hit, nice.
And 4s to wound.
Yeah.
2 more wounds.
2 more disgustingly resilient on 5+.
Hey!
Woohoo! He made 1. In terms of objectives, the Terminators back there have secured objective 2 for Darren, and we are partially on
I mean,
so
Darren already said what it was.
so this has been this has been secured, 1 victory point, first blood, and then this is looking kind of likely. This is just
It's possible.
It is possible. We will get over to Death Guard turn 2. Death Guard turn dos. We have the same as we had last time. One of these, the one where he had to... he was 1 off getting that, which is
6.
unfortunate.
I saved 6 and I should have got 7.
Yeah, that.
That's pretty frustrating, so I'll have to throw that away now, I think.
Yeah. In terms of your movement though, George, what's happened?
Okay, so somewhat predictably, the Mortarion and his plague drone friends have swept up the field to sort of deliver, hopefully, the killing right hook to Darren's army. We'll see how that goes, but they've positioned, hopefully get Mortarion into combat. We'll see how that goes down. In the centre, feeling pretty weak on the Poxwalker side, so all my characters are looking quite exposed now. So they're lining up for a charge. None of them are advanced. We'll hopefully get them into combat.
Oh yeah, you're close.
Get some damage out of them. The Poxwalker unit, or what's left of it, is in here. It has advanced, so it's not going to get a charge in. If I do that, can you see them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not going to get a charge out in this turn, but hopefully I'll give a bit of shooting protection to the characters. No, they've advanced.
Oh, have they?
The Death, and lastly, the Plague Marines have moved, so they are within 18, but outside of 17 of this Terminator squad. And what that means is I can double tap them because I'm a Death Guard attachment. But they won't be able to move and double tap me next turn, so try and keep them alive another turn. Okay, so first up, my Demon Prince is going to cast Blades of Putrefaction on himself, which gives him a +1 to wound in combat, and some additional mortal wound fun. That goes off on 9. Am I going to get to keep that, Darren?
I think you can keep that.
Okay, next up, this Red Plague Caster is going to cast Plague Wind on this squad here. So I roll a dice for every guy, and on a 6 they take a mortal wound. But I've not cast that. At a value of 5. He's also going to do Smite on the same unit, which he has cast for D3 wounds.
I am going to try and stop it using Tigerius.
Yep.
It's +1.
He does. Goes off,
that's not
dispelled.
been cast. Typhus is going to cast Putrescent Vitality on these Plague Marines, give them +1 strength and toughness. Whoa, that's definitely gone off. I'm going to command point one of those dice, so it's a 6 and a 5.
Cool, still goes off. Very strong roll of 11.
I assume you're going to let me keep that one, Darren? Yeah. Okay, and he's going to do a Smite on this unit here. On 10 for D6 wounds.
D6?
Yeah, it's over 10.
Tigerius is going to try and stop him.
+1 to his roll.
Yeah, he has. Nice. Okay, my last Plague Caster is going to do Gift of Contagion. So there's a walk charge value of 7. It's cast, and I'm going to roll a D3, and you're either going to lose 1 attack, 1 strength, or 1 toughness. And sorry, that's on these guys.
How many more powers can you cast?
I've got 2 left. No, 3 left.
You can have that.
Okay, so it is a -1 toughness. He's now going to do Curse of the Leper on the same unit, which is a walk charge value of 7, which he's cast. So I'm now going to roll 7 dice, and each one that exceeds your toughness, you'll take a mortal wound.
Okay, what did you roll for the cast?
Oh, sorry, that was a 9.
It wasn't
have to try and stop that, I think.
Yeah, you are.
So no +1. No.
Oh, this is called synergy, what George has done.
Yeah, and actually, I only spotted it this morning, but if I had Mortarion within 7 inches, there would actually be toughness 2.
Oh, wow. So what are these 3 pluses?
4s. So I've got to exceed
4s.
their toughness, so that is
see.
4 mortal wounds.
4 guys dropped.
So finally, Mortarion is going to cast Miasma of Pestilence on himself, hopefully. Yeah. Pretty sure that's casting value of 7. I'll put the card over there. Yeah, 6 actually. So he's got that, and he's going to do a smite, which will hit the Razorback. It does go off for D3 wounds. 1.
What does Miasma of Pestilence do? I've forgotten.
That's the -1 to hit.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so shooting phase. So first up, I'm going to use a stratagem, Veterans of the Long War, on my Plague Marines. So that gives them +1 to wound for a command point.
Yeah.
There it's gone. So first up, I've got the 3 plasma guns, all rapid firing.
Well, who's going where?
Oh, sorry, the Terminators.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So just the normal profile, not the not risking it, because I don't have any rerolls. They're going to be wounding on 2s. So that is 4 wounds at -3.
Okay, so that's
5 plus.
5 ups.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 dies and 1's on 1 wound.
Okay, and then I've got the bolt guns, 4 guys.
These are bolt gun shots.
Bolt gun shots. And they're rapid firing 18 because of the Death Guard attachment. I think we mentioned that. We're winning on 4s normally, but +1 for Veterans of the Long War. I forgot to check for Death of the False Emperor as well. So 5 wounds, no rend.
2 plus saves. Passing them all.
Nice. Okay, next up we've got the blight drones, bloat drones. So there's 2 here. They're both going to shoot at these aggressors. And it's 2d6 shots each, so I'm just going to do the whole lot. So
Yeah,
4d6 is 11.
They've
It's
already hit
flamer, so
flamers.
auto hit.
Okay, do I get any sort of cover? Oh
No.
not against flamers, you don't.
We don't get cover anyway. You're not in cover.
Unless you're on a thing,
Okay.
you're never going to get cover.
Oh, okay.
They are strength 6, and I think you added 1 to your toughness. Your toughness 6. So they are winning on 4s.
Ooh.
Right, I think. Yeah, they are both in range of Mortarion's aura, so I get to re-roll failed wounds for plague weapons.
Cool.
What's the minus?
-2, I think. I'm going to double check. Oh no, I think it's only -1. So
Cool. So the reason that they were wounding on 4s is they are they're strength 6 and their toughness for the aggressors was 6 as a result of a psychic power down in the cast. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, -1 AP. Here we go.
Oh,
wow.
They are
Do
really
you
dead.
even roll, bro?
Oh,
that's an impressively bad roll.
that is new model syndrome.
Yeah.
That is
That is
yeah.
that is an
so new model
Awful
syndrome.
case. You hate to see it really. That is
Yeah. What is up?
Okay, so next we're shooting Mortarion. He's got some cool grenades, which I'm not going to use, and he's also got his Melter Pistol of Doom. So basically you target a unit, you roll to hit normally. So I'm going to target these guys. I'm going to hit on a 2+. I get to re-roll 1s for my aura.
Oh! Command point?
Nah, not worth
Oh,
it.
I
don't
want to
think you can
see
re-roll
some
a
of that.
re-roll.
Yeah, so how it would have worked, so then you draw a line, straight line between the closest model in the target unit
Yeah,
and the closest point on Mortarion's base.
yeah.
And then every unit that line passes over, including the target, takes a hit.
Right.
So in this case, I'd have hit once on this unit and once on the tank.
Okay.
But where this gets cool is if you're clever and you position Mortarion appropriately, you can snipe out characters and hit them with a strength 8, -3, damage 3 shot. So it's
Nice.
quite neat, naughty.
Is
But
that
didn't
is that
work.
all he gets for shooting though?
Well, he's also got some grenades,
Right.
but he can't use both because one's a pistol, one's a grenade.
Ah, I see.
But the grenade's pretty good, so he gets 2d6, a range of 6 inches, strength 5, AP -1, so good for sort of thinning out hordes.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be moving into charges.
Right.
So, first up is going to be the Demon Prince is going to declare a charge at Captain Antigyrus.
Yeah, it doesn't need to see it, does it?
Don't
No,
believe
and
so.
he's got fly, so we can move over the model
I
in front
think
of
they
him.
need to be able to see him before they can actually shoot him.
They do.
That is correct, which
So
they
you've just gotta-
cannot.
So presumably, in order to get there, you physically need to be there, don't you?
Yes.
I need to get within 1 inch of one of the models I've declared to charge against.
Okay.
Yeah, and
Presumably
stay out
you're
of
not
1
saying you
inch
can
of
stand
other
up there.
models.
Yeah.
You haven't.
Yeah, so clearly what I'm aiming for is to put him here so I can punch both.
Yes.
But if it's quite, so the multi-charge rules are quite easy now, but also quite cool because you can declare against multiple things as insurance. Are we filming this?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you declare, maybe you want to charge a guy that's a long way away, but you think you might fail, but you want to get into combat, you can declare a multi-charge. Obviously, you have to take the Overwatch. But then if you don't roll enough for the second unit, you just complete on the first, which
That's
is quite
good.
cool.
Yeah, and we're pretty sure that my guys can't see him to shoot him, so he's just going to jump over.
If I roll enough. So
What we got?
6 might not be
That's
enough.
not
I think
enough.
that's enough.
It's not even close. I think I need about 7, probably 8 to get
Yeah.
there. So I'm going to command point the 2.
Cool.
No,
4?
that's
Oh
a
no, it's a
1.
1.
So that is a bigger fat fail.
Okay, what's up next?
Okay, so next up, the Bell guy, because I can never remember his actual name, Blightbringer guy. He needs a 6 and he's charging the Stern Guard veterans.
Cool.
This is one
So
of
we've
those
just rolled the bolt guns, no wounds, melter guns. Because these are a bit more snazzy.
Oh, no ones, no
Nah,
sixes.
nothing. See if you're in, George.
Okay, so I think it's 6 we worked out. No,
Well, you've got to be within 1 inch.
I
is
counted that.
No?
I needed a 6.
Alright,
So I've got to get Overwatched again. So
Yeah.
the Plague Caster's going in.
again.
Okay.
Bolt guns went into him, again, no wounds. Melter guns, however, we want to see those. They could do quite a bit of damage, yeah. No hits, no rerolls. See
Okay.
if you're in.
I think it's a 5. There, he's in
Oh,
with
there we
bells
go.
on. So yeah.
And that stops more Overwatch, which is nice. It's coming up next.
Okay, so we're going to put the second Plague Caster in.
Yep, no Overwatch needed, definitely in.
Yeah.
Did you charge Typhus?
Typhus is going in last.
Ah,
Come on, roll low.
Yeah.
6, I think he is in.
Yeah.
Is he? Yeah.
It's enough to get within 1.
Cool. What else? I'm guessing you've got some more charges to do. You're a Death Guard, right?
Yeah, no, so it's only going to be Mortarion
Yeah.
into the Razorback.
Cool. Needing.
I get my
oh,
Overwatch now?
yes, don't see why not.
Yeah,
On the Overwatch from the Razorback, 2 wounds got through from the Assault Cannon. Now we just need to see if Mortarion is going to get in.
I think it is. Oh, sorry, camera.
It's fine.
About a 4.
Yeah, we're in. Okay, we will see what Mortarion does in combat. Additionally, as Mortarion has moved into combat, he has gotten close enough to the teleport homer that it has now been removed, i.e. Dan cannot use that. So Tigerius is just heroic intervention. We had someone post a very useful comment a little while ago, which included page references and everything. Basically, Tigerius can attack, however, they cannot attack him back because a charge was not declared against him. That's just so you guys are aware what's happening there. So it's Mortarion's combat. George, talk us through what's happening.
Well, firstly, at the start of the phase, host to place means every unit within 7 inches of Mortarion. On a 4-up, they take some mortal wounds, which is going to affect the tactical squad here and the Razorback, but not Guilliman. He's 8 inches away. So tactical squad was first, then the Razorback. Both take D3 mortal wounds. Boom! So tactical squad takes 3 and Razorback takes 3. Oh, that's quite nice.
That's very good.
Okay, and then Mortarion's going to hit all 6 of his attacks into the Razorback using the Eviscerating Blow profile, which is for hitting big things. Hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s.
Wow,
For his
need
aura.
it, need it.
Need it, still missed once. And he is strength 8, 9, he's double, 16 in this profile. So we're going to wound on 2s. Still missing 1. It's a plague weapon though, so I can re-roll that because of his warlord trait. So that's 5 hits, and then we're going to do AP minus 4, so I believe that negates your save, and they do D6 wounds each. So that is
He's dead.
18 wounds.
Bloody hell.
Just enough, just enough.
Does he explode?
Good question. That's kind of that's actually your dice to roll. People keep talking about this. I think this is pretty clear. If it's your vehicle, you roll, because then you can command point if you do want it to
Can
blow up.
indeed, yeah.
But it doesn't, so that's off the table, and he's going to move 3 inches closer to Guilliman because he really wants to go punch him.
I want to see the brothers fight, is what we want to see.
Yeah,
Cool.
basically what.
So you've just seen Mortarion. Now shall we get over to see Typhus? We want to see what him and his lot can do.
Yeah, so sadly, Tigerius jumping in there, I can't hit him as we've discussed.
Yeah.
Typhus is going to go next because I want to get his attacks in before I kill everything. So he's got 4.
1 sec. Okay, Typhus's attacks.
Yeah. It's worth mentioning before we move on that Mortarion also had some additional attacks from his attendants. They're not very good, but he has got them. He didn't need them. So Typhus has got 4 hitting on 2s. Another 1 in there. Nothing, no reroll here though. And he's strength 8, I believe, or 7. So he's going to be good at winning on 3s. No, winning on 2s because you're -1 toughness. And it's a plague weapon. So that is 3 wounds at -3. So you've got a 6-up save. 1 survives it.
there was an additional rule we overlooked, but it didn't make any difference. Mortarion would have made the Razorback -1 toughness, but... So combat over here, there were no additional wounds on either side. That's it, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Everything bounced.
Pretty uneventful. We do have some morale tests to take, however.
They get rerolls anyway because they're Marines.
Correct.
Yeah, so the chance of this going
These guys
peaked on.
their,
One dice, mate.
Yeah, just one dice.
Sorry.
2. So they lost
passes. They lost
5.
two.
Yes, they're okay, yeah.
7. Okay, and these guys?
They've lost 2, so I think they can't fail, so they're okay.
Yeah, so at the end of Death Guard turn 2, we have secured no prisoners. Yeah, and
one.
death begets life. Is that just for one?
Yeah, so only for 1. So I could have scored up to 7 victory points for that, but I don't think I'm gonna get it moving. So I'm gonna score both of those, and I'm gonna throw Disgusting Devotions, because I think my best chance of passing all those saves is passed.
Cool. And Darren has secured 2. Well, he's secured 1 card right now, and that is a defend card. George, look away. Yeah. He has secured defend objective 5, as he has now held it for 2 turns.
So I'm just going to get my Send Battle Reports dice out to record my 2 victory points.
Hashtag send us back. For Ultramarines turn 2, we have that again. We have this. We all know what that means. And we've still got this one from last turn. And the reference points are there and there. So movement for Ultramarines, Darren, can you talk through what's happened?
Okay, so the Terminators, the Assault ones have come down here, just about managed to squeeze in. The Marines have come out of combat here because they can, and it's really just a case of get what I've got left, which doesn't feel like a lot, over to try and shoot everything at Mortarion, because ultimately I'm going to charge him.
Cool.
We know this is going to be the case.
And obviously your Terminators have moved up slightly. As
Yeah.
we discussed, they're not going to be in rapid fire range, but
But they don't really care,
no.
because they could be worth their points just by staying alive.
Yeah. Of course, because back there they're also getting you line breaker for the end of the game, so they are quite good at securing you some stuff right now. Moving over to the psychic phase then.
Okay, so Tigerius, he's going to cast. He can cast 2, so he is going to cast Might of Heroes to begin with on Guilliman.
Cool.
Okay, it's a warp charge value of 6. So
2 dice, yeah.
Yep.
And if you fail, you get to reroll. Goes off.
I got it on a 8.
8. Okay, so I'm going to try and deny with Mortarion.
Yep.
No.
Ah.
Okay.
Goes off. So what are you casting?
Psychic Scourge on Mortarion.
From Tiggy.
Diggy, yeah.
Nice.
Needs a 6. Doesn't get it, but he
You
can
get to
reroll.
reroll, yeah.
Yeah.
Have to reroll both dice as per the FAQ. Goes
8.
off.
Okay, Mortarion tries to deny. Fails.
Ooh,
Yeah, you need to beat it.
roll a dice, add your leadership.
Leadership 10.
Hang on a minute. I'm leadership 9. If it's equal, then you suffer 1 mortal wound, so you take a mortal wound.
Okay, Disgusting Resilient. No.
Taken 4 wounds in total so far. This squad of Marines here shooting at Mortarion. We're going to see how many he does. So they shot no wounds on Mortarion. Obviously, those guys are rerolling hit and wound because of Guilliman, and Mortarion has -1 to hit because of Miasma of Pestilence.
Okay.
Next squad,
Next up, 4 bolt guns.
exactly the same. This squad here has fired everything and passed no wounds again.
Okay.
This squad here firing everything at Mortarion. So the bolt guns managed to do 1 wound on Mortarion. The las cannon has gone through. We're just going to roll to see how many damage it does. D6, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
5. I'll keep that.
He gets 5 separate disgustingly resilient saves done on the damage.
Four
for
go
4
through.
more
That's big.
wounds.
Nice. So that is half his wounds.
Yeah, so these big guns do the damage. But yeah, so what's up next, Darren?
2 of the veterans down here.
Cool. So no wounds from those bolt guns into Mortarion. What's up next?
I'm going to fire these 2 melter guns, and what they're going to do is they're going to fire rapid fire with their bolt guns. Yes, they're going to be at -1, 2. Yep.
-2 because of
Okay, so they're going to be at -2. They're also going to fire the melter guns, which will also be at -2. Cool.
So the stand guard that fired no wounds again. Characters. What's up next?
plasma pistol.
From the captain, yeah. So that was the captain there. Again, no wounds on Mortarion. What's up next?
Bolt gun from Tigerius.
Cool. Pistol from Tiggy. No wounds.
Oh, and you've got one on the Rhino.
Yep. So the Rhino over here with its storm bolter.
Again, Surprise, surprise, no wounds. What's up next? You've got Guilliman left to shoot.
Yeah, Guilliman.
And Terminators on the other side of the table.
Yep.
So Guilliman is firing into Mortarion. We're going to see these shots. What have we got, Darren?
Okay, you get 6 shots because he's in rapid fire range. He hits on 2s normally, but it's -1 because of Mortarion, so I get to reroll basically any 1s.
Yeah, essentially, if you apply modifiers afterwards, but they all hit anyway. Nicely done.
Okay, wounding. He's toughness 7, so wounding on 5s, but with a reroll.
So rerolls for his own ability.
So 2 at -1.
Okay, so it's a 4 up. And discussion resilient. This is key because this will knock me down onto the next stage of profile. Yes.
Okay, and it's actually 2 damage.
Oh, nicely done. So that
I might
has.
command point that.
Okay.
I'm going to command point that.
Okay, command point spent.
Looking for a 5. Yeah,
There's a
same
6.
as it. That is a
Hasn't
6.
done.
The reason
Next up, these Terminators into the Plague Marines just here. One Plague Marine has died as a result of the shooting.
I'm going to crack missiles.
Oh, of course, sorry, crack missile.
I'm going to just fire crack.
Yeah.
No hits.
Cool, that is the end of all your shooting, I believe. Am I correct?
You are.
Assaults, I assume you're going to charge heroically into battle against Mortarion,
Of course
right?
I am.
Good.
Does he have any ability to Overwatch?
Yes.
What does he got?
He's got grenades and his pistol.
Okay, what's his pistol do, even though it's basically a
We
plasma
literally
gun?
just discussed it before.
It's the line.
Line of thing.
Really?
But I suppose you have to pick.
Yes, it'll be against the unit and it will only hit on a 6. So unless he charged with,
Somebody
through
further
something.
back.
for example, if he declared us to charge with the Assault Marines, I
Yeah,
might
then it
hit
would hit-
Guilliman, for
yeah.
example.
Yeah.
So if you declare with Guilliman and get in,
Yeah.
just hits Guilliman.
So how many command points you got left?
1.
Okay, and what's that ability that allows you to jump? It's 2 command points, isn't it?
A jump.
The jump, the fight phase.
Oh, yes, 2. Yeah.
Yes.
To fight out of turn.
Darren is talking about the fighting out of turn,
We're-
bog standard command
Oh, we are filming.
stratagem.
Okay, so at the start of the phase, my host of plague goes off.
Is it the start of the
Start
charge
the fight
phase?
phase.
Oh, we're not in the fight phase yet.
Ah,
We're still in the
good
charge
point.
phase.
Yeah, charge phase first.
Right. So Darren, are you charging Guilliman in? Who are you charging?
I will charge these guys in first.
Just
I've-
behind there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to hopefully soak up the Overwatch.
Okay, so they're within 6, so I'm going to throw Phosphex bombs at them. So, are we filming this, John?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll bring the Guybrush in. Always been called Guybrush.
Always Guybrush.
So Phosphex
Never knows
bombs
anything
is a grenade 2d6, so I'm getting...
Oh, Jesus.
Oh wow!
3, 4, 5, 6. Can I have 5 more dice, please? So it's nice knowing these particular plague marines. Sorry, Stone Guard. So hitting on 2s.
Is it 2?
Oh, no, 6s.
6s, yeah.
6s, apologies. I would get to reroll 1s, or is there 1 there? Because it is still Overwatch. And there is Strength 5. And they still have Gift and Contagion on, so they're toughness 3, not that it matters, so they wound 3 times, and there is some rend, I think it's -1.
4+ saves.
Dead.
Oh!
Oh no!
I needed them.
Both of those guys gone. That's
Over.
unfortunate.
Watched.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Totally Overwatch,
I
which means he
needed
can
them.
fire again. So what's charging next? Who wants to take it now?
That was a hell of a roll, though.
Yeah, that was a really lucky roll.
Right, Guilliman's going in next.
Cool. This is it.
Are you within 6?
Don't need to be, so the lantern's 18 inches. So
Yep.
an Overwatch with the lantern.
Is this the line
Melter
thing?
gun thing.
But essentially, we'll just hit Guilliman.
Hit
Yeah.
on a 6.
Oh, for God's sake.
And it's going to wound you on a 3, so it's strength 8.
Oh.
Not a plague weapon.
All right,
I'm gonna
please
resist
get
the
Guilliman in.
weapon.
Please get Guilliman in. Oh, I think
Yeah, it's
that is
gonna be-
enough.
Yeah, I think,
I think it's enough.
Was he within 7? Yeah, he's
6,
in.
yeah, he's in. He's in. And he's not slowed by that terrain. You're only slowed by woods, and that's part of the advanced rules. Thank you again, people, for
Okay.
bringing that to our attention.
The Terminators are now going to charge.
Yeah, no Overwatch.
They
just
get
roll
to
the dice.
re-roll because they're within 12 inches of Guilliman.
Nice.
Nice. I think they need quite a big roll.
Oh, double 1.
That is not in.
You need like a double 6, I think. No, 9's not going to make it.
I think it might.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, because they've only got to be within an inch, haven't they?
If you're
And they
within-
were they were over 9 inches away.
Do they have to be within
Oh.
an inch of the model or an inch
Yeah,
of
to get
Guilliman?
into combat. So-
this is in the FAQ.
Yeah,
I think the minimum charge for deep striking units is 9.
which they've got.
So they do make the charge, basically. They are in.
These guys are charging that guy there.
He's got a bolt pistol.
Okay. Get another 6.
Yes,
Outside Guybrush?
Why is it called Guybrush?
There's Monkey Island, the poster is behind you.
Okay. I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
That's it.
They are in.
He's going to charge. He can't charge him, can he?
No, unless you charge against other models next to it, because you can't be within inch of models you don't.
Yeah, charge Typhus.
Sweet, captain into Typhus.
Oh, he can overwatch.
Roll your dice to see if you're in while we're waiting for George to look up the profile. 7 inches. I think that puts you in. Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
I'm out of range. There's a pistol 6 inches. So my Overwatch weapon can't hit you.
There you go. So he is in. Yeah, make sure you stay an inch away. You have to go more this side.
Yeah, okay.
You have to stay an inch away from the other ones.
Tigerius now charged.
Charge all 3.
Tigerius is charging all 3. He has to do that to get in with the last one, essentially.
Missed
No
one more pistol.
Overwatch if you're in. Need like an 8.
I get to re-roll though, because of Guilliman. That would 6 would put
Oh
me there.
yeah, no, you are in. You are in. Sweet. We're gonna do some combats. We will obviously watch the combat with Guilliman and Mortarion. Do you want to start over there?
So we can leave that to the end.
Oh, okay, right. I'm going to summarise the combats over here. So this combat here, I know we've done this wrong, but it doesn't affect anything else. We resolved all of the Ultramarines attacks, and then we did the Death Guard here prior to doing Mortarion, just to get it out of the way. George, do you want to summarise what happened?
Yeah, so basically the Ultramarines pretty much bounced off. The captain put 2 wounds on Typhus, which wasn't too bad, but then a bit of a blow for Darren. My playcaster killed Tigurius, and then Typhus puts 3 wounds back on the captain. So looking like that's swinging my way. Worth saying, I've only got 1 command point left, so I couldn't have paid to intervene earlier anywhere else, hence why it does not matter which order.
Right, over to Mortarion.
Yeah, so start the fight phase, Mortarions, because it's every turn, which is pretty cool, so Host of Plagues goes off. That command point well spent means it's still working on a 4, so these 3 units are all going to be affected, starting with the 3-man attack squad. They're on a 4 up, they take D3, which is 3.
Oh,
Is that
3
mortal
guys
wounds?
dry,
Mortal
yeah.
wounds, they are all dead.
Squad's gone, wow.
The Terminator's here, on a 4 up, D3.
Oh,
for God's
sake.
sake.
That's another Terminator,
Yeah.
and another one's on 1 wound.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
They got 2
2
wounds
wounds
each,
each,
haven't they?
Yeah,
So
of course. So that's 1 dead then. Is that right?
Yeah.
1 dead, 1 on 1 wound.
And then Guilliman himself. Oh, just the 1.
Takes a mortal wound.
A mortal wound.
I will deal with that.
So, Darren gets to strike first. Who are you picking?
I'm going to fight with the. There's nothing else you can do. I get to fight with everything. Then
Yes.
you get to fight. So
Yeah.
I'm going to do the Terminators first.
So the Lightning Claws have struck Mortarion and have done 1 wound to him. We are going to see what the Thunderhammers can do. So, Darren?
Okay. So there are 2 guys plus 1 sergeant. They are hitting on 4s.
Yeah,
Well, they're hitting
actually, no, you're hitting on
5
5. So
because they're unwieldy weapons.
yeah, -1 for unwieldy, -1 for miasma of pestilence.
Okay, so 5s.
Yes.
Re-rolling misses.
Yeah, but not the 4s. So take 2 of those dice out because
Yeah.
you apply modifiers afterwards, but you do get to roll 3. Yeah.
Okay, so it is 3. Wounding on 3s.
3s. You are strength 8, I believe.
Yeah, with a re-roll. So that is at -3.
Okay, so I'll be on my 4+ invuln,
Yeah.
failing 2. Are these multiple damage?
Yes, they're 3 each.
3 flat 3.
They're damage 3.
Oh, nice. So these are our 6 disgusting resilient. Oh, that's not good. So 4 go through. It's looking tough for the Plague Lord. So he is down to 4 wounds.
Oh,
Guilliman will be finishing him off, it looks like.
possibly.
So Guilliman's attacks in.
So hit 6 attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got to decide what he's going to be using first. Hang on, 8.
So Guilliman is splitting his attacks.
Okay.
3 attacks with each weapon. What weapon is this you're
Hand
using?
of Dominion. It is going to be ×2 strength, which makes strength 12, -3 AP, and 3 damage.
Nice.
Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s. Yep.
Need any rerolls?
Yep, doesn't need them.
3 to win.
Yep. All wound.
Oh.
It's -3.
Yeah, 4+ invulnerable saves.
Might not need those other attacks. 4s! Oh.
Oh, good. And then how many damage, sorry?
3.
Straight up 3, yeah?
Yeah.
So 3 disgusting resilient. He's not dead, but he's not. He's down to 1
Oh,
wound.
he's got 1
down
left.
to 1 wound, and he's still got 3 attacks from Guilliman left.
This is with his sword.
Yes. What's the profile on this?
Strength +2, making him strength 8.
Mm-hmm.
-4, 3 damage. But if you roll a 6 to wound, it inflicts D3 mortal wounds in addition to any other damage. Right, Hitting on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
Yeah.
Okay, re-roll that one. Hits.
Again, the reason is my asthma repellent. There you go.
Wounding on 3s. Come on, 6s. Oh, 3
Okay.
wounds. So it's, sorry, 2 wounds, 2.
2 inbounds.
Yep.
Oh.
I'm going to command point that.
Yep.
Okay, it's the last command point gone.
Yes!
Oh
Makes
no!
Who's
Well,
alive?
oh yes and no, you know. There's nothing else to go into him, is there?
Is he, how many wounds you got left?
One. He survives on 1 wound. So now Mortarion gets to do his attacks back. I'm guessing you're putting these into Guilliman, right?
What's it?
I think so. I mean, he's only going to get 4 because he's been bashed around.
Significantly
what's he
reduced
hitting on?
profile.
So fortunately for him, he doesn't get affected on his weapon skill, so he's still going to hit you on 2s.
Okay.
So I'm going to do them all with the big bad eviscerating blow, and they are all going on Guilliman. So his 4 attacks coming in on 2s,
Nicely done.
and he is strength 16 still.
So 2s to wound.
Rerolling for plague weapon. So that's 4 wounds at
Right.
-4.
Okay. I believe Guilliman's got a 3+, hasn't he? For
I
invulnerable?
believe he has a
definitely
3+
got
invulnerable, yes.
Yeah. 3+ invulnerable. How many?
4.
And how many damage does each one do?
D6.
Oh, it's enough to kill him. It's enough to kill him. Here we go. Right, 3+ down. Failing 2.
Okay.
Right. 2d6 damage. This could be enough to kill him. Or not.
Another
So-
command point.
How many wounds did he take in total?
He had 8.
Yeah.
Take another 4, so it's down to 4 wounds.
Right.
Okay, there's not a lot else I can do except attendance, claws and teeth. He's got D6 attacks with these. This is all the little nurglings going in. They're going to hit Guilliman as well. There's only 4 of them. So they hit on 2s, but they're only strength 2. Rerolling 1s for his aura. So he needs
6s.
6s.
Yeah.
And now plague weapons.
Oh.
1 wound, no rend. 1 damage. So just a 2-up arm save.
Passes it.
Bosh, that is the end
That
of
is
the
it.
phase.
No, it isn't.
Oh.
I'm going to use my last 3 command points. Honour of the chapter. Use the stratagem at the end of the fight phase. Select an Adeptus Astartes infantry or biker unit. The unit can immediately fight for a second time.
No!
Yes!
So I guess you're
So and that's all your command points gone.
Yep.
Do you want to roll
Let's see if I
get
can
them back?
get them back.
Yeah, 5+.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got 1
So
back.
he has 1 command
And
point
that's
now.
the first one you've recovered.
Yeah,
It is.
it's a lot of. I should have recovered 3 in total.
Boo for the Terminator.
So I'm guessing, does that mean Guilliman fights again?
Well, he's not an infantry model, is
Oh,
he?
it has to be infantry.
Have to be infantry. I'm pretty sure he doesn't count. It'll be the Lightning Claw Terminator first.
Sweet.
He's hitting on 4s.
Still at -1, yeah, so 4s.
Re-rolling.
No, no.
2 hits.
No. Wait,
you
stop.
can't re-roll
Can't
the
re-roll the 3s.
Oh, can you not? Okay.
No, modifiers apply afterwards.
Right.
Okay, and then the Thunder Hammers, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, just to be clear, so Guilliman does not have the infantry keyword, so he cannot be selected for this stratagem.
Cool. Right, Thunder Hammers.
Okay. So,
-2 essentially.
so we're hitting on 5s.
Yeah.
But I get to re-roll the
1s
1s
and
the
2s. Correct.
Oh,
Okay.
double hits.
And you get to re-roll 1 of those dice. This could be the end of Mortarion.
Oh,
What are you wounded on?
3s.
2 wounds.
Basically, you
invulnerable
need to roll
saves.
2 4-ups.
With no command points to re-roll anything.
No.
That's it, he was definitely dead, isn't he? Oh wait, no he's not. He's got disgusting resilience still.
Well, they do 3 damage each.
Yeah, you can roll 3 disgusting resilience saves. Roll 3 5 up.
He would be jammy.
It's not over yet. No, it's over.
it's
Definitely
not
over.
over.
It's over. Mortarion is dead. That's
So
it.
on a 4+, he explodes in a cloud of putrid filth and disease.
No.
Ah.
Shame. Right, so you've seen the Primarch off, and it turns out Guilliman, despite having way less wounds, has
With a bit of help.
curb stomped Mortarion.
Yeah.
Score settled. Right, that I believe is the end of Ultramarines turn 2. We have secured Kingslayer. Darren, D3.
Hey, this is slipping.
So D3 points for Kingslayer for 2.
I'll keep that.
Plus you obviously get Slay the Warlord. You also have secure objective 2 in the top left corner.
And number 4 is too far away.
And 4 is too far away.
Which I didn't know you had.
No, no, you didn't know you had. You do now, and that is actually
Hence
my
me
fault.
wanting to know if I could.
That was amazing. So you were on 4, goes up to 5 because you've slain the Warlord, and then you rolled, was it 2 for
2.
your thingy, which goes up to 6. 7. And then 1 more for secure objective 2, taking you up to 8. Are you discarding secure objective 4 or keeping it?
Well, I mean, I might as well keep it because if I end up going round there.
Indeed, we shall move over to Death Guard turn 3. Death Guard turn 3, these are our objectives. This one's funny. But yeah, there you go. Movement, George.
Okay, so the Demon Prince and his drones are coming in here to try and get some revenge, some vengeance on Guilliman and his Terminators. The Poxwalkers have moved up the table to try and take the firepower out of these guys. The Plague Marines have edged back to continue kiting the Terminators. These two are locked in combat. I've got to move him. He's going to move 5 inches to there. And that one of the Plague Casters that wasn't locked in is now just behind here, within 3 inches of objective 5. So, castings in the Psychic phase. So I'm going to start out with Miasma of Pestilence, which this guy is going to cast on the Demon Prince.
Cool.
On a 7, so that goes off.
Yeah.
Darren, you're going to try and dispel.
What will it do?
This is the -1 to hit on the Demon Prince.
No.
No. Okay, so that goes off, and also the 7 means that the ability, the extra mortal wound ability on the Plague Caster happens. Okay,
so the captain, who's still alive down here, he has a relic that gives him an invulnerable save and also allows him to deny 1 test. Obviously, Tigerius is gone, so he cannot deny anymore.
Yep, so the rule I just had to check there is whenever the Plague Caster successfully casts on 7 or more, the nearest enemy unit takes a mortal wound.
Oh, Jesus.
Which is this dead guy there. There you go, Darren. He's going to back that up then with a Smite, which is going to hit the same unit. 5.
Fails. Oh no, it doesn't fail.
Smite,
It's 5, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's D3 wounds.
Do you wish to...
Unless you want to try and dispel that for 5.
Any more psychic powers to cast?
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5.
You can have that.
Okay, thanks.
Cool. Is that squad dead?
Dead.
Squad is gone.
Typhus is going to cast Putrescent Vitality, which is +1 strength and toughness, on the Demon Prince.
Okay.
Making him what strength?
That makes him strength 8, I think. I've cast that on 6.
Again, Darren has let that one go through.
Okay, so that's cast. And then he's going to also do Smite, which is going to hit the captain. That's
Goes
gone off on
off.
7.
He's
Deny?
going to have to try and save himself, isn't he?
Yeah, I suppose. Let's see if you deny it. Need an 8. No, goes off. D3 mortal wounds on 2. Only 1. He's down to 1 wound. Looks like he's probably going to die this turn though.
Okay, the second Plague Caster in here, he's going to cast Smite.
On who would it be?
Guilliman.
Yeah, Guilliman's the closest.
For
Goes
9.
off. Can't deny it. D3 mortal wounds. 3.
Ouch.
He's down to 1 wound.
Ouch. Right.
Oh, that is quite handy. Okay, and then he would cast something else if he had it, but he hasn't got anything else useful he can do. Well, I can do Gift on the Terminators.
So gift of contagion on the Terminators goes
That's
off.
cast.
Yeah.
So it's attack, strength, toughness on a D3. So it's -1 strength.
Cool.
Lastly, the Demon Prince is going to cast Blades of Putrefaction on himself, which makes him better in combat. That's
Goes off.
cast as well. He
Nicely
is
done.
powered up.
Successful. Psychic phase.
So this game, genuinely, either side could win at this point. Admittedly, Darren is further ahead on points, but if you look at the board, I'd say it's evenly matched, if not by the end of this turn, slightly in George's favour. So it's good that it's anyone's game. Moving on to shooting now.
Do you want to summarise this?
Yeah, no, except for Guilliman. So just, yeah, we'll start walking through it.
Okay, I've got... Okay, so this Plague Drone is going to shoot Guilliman.
Yeah, Guilliman being the closest, 2d6.
4.
Yeah, they're automatic hits because they're flamers.
And it's strength 6, he's toughness 6.
Falls to wound.
1 wound. He's a plague weapon, but I can only do roll 1s, I think.
Okay.
So it's a 3+ invulnerable save, essentially, correct?
Is it -1?
-1,
Yes.
3 plus save.
Passes. What's up next?
So I've got a single bolt pistol on that Malignant Plague Caster.
Again, Guilliman?
Guilliman.
Oh, this kills him.
No.
No.
And I don't think anyone else can see him that can shoot.
No. Obviously has to be the closest model.
Because he's a character, yeah. So these 2 Plague Drones are both going to shoot Terminators. I'll do them together.
Yeah, and we'll summarise these. So, These guys and their flame weapons have managed to kill 2 Terminators. Typhus over here in combat is shooting his pistol at the captain. No wounds there. So these Plague Marines into the Terminators over there. That has been the overcharge profile, and there has been a 1 rolled, so 1 will die. Yeah, so a fairly even trade. 1 Terminator dies and 1 Plague Marine dies. And then the bolt guns. Nothing from the bolt guns, and that is the end of the shooting phase for the Death Guard.
Yeah.
So over to assaults. Have you got any new ones to declare? Foreshadowing. Both Plague Drones here are charging the Terminators.
Yeah, 5.
Both in.
Yeah. Okay, the Plague Drone here is going to charge Guilliman.
Who's going to Overwatch?
Yeah.
Okay. Overwatch from Guilliman.
6s. Gets to reroll all of them.
Yep.
Oh, 2 6s. What's toughness?
7.
Really? Okay. Strength 6, so 5.
5.
No wounds.
Reroll.
Oh yeah, reroll. No wounds.
See if he is in. Yes.
The Dim Prince charges both units.
Yeah, can't really fail, so he just moves in.
I think we're going to have a dead Primarch on our hands.
I believe that will be the case. Are there any other charges?
So the Poxwalkers are going to charge this unit.
Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of Overwatch, to summarise it. We've lost 2 Poxwalkers on the Overwatch, and we are now going to see if we're in. We need about 6.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
nicely done. So they are in. How many are in that squad left?
5.
5, oh, okay. Couldn't see behind the drop pod. So the bloat drone here into Guilliman. His attacks.
Hitting on 4s. Rerolling 1s to Demon Prince.
Strength is it?
Death to the False Emperor. No, it doesn't have it. And it's strength 6.
4s.
2 wounds
wounds.
at -2.
3+ invulnerable
3+
saves.
invulnerables.
1 or 2.
Yeah.
Still alive. What's up next?
Okay, this Plague Drone, I'm going to roll them both together because it doesn't matter.
They go into the Terminators.
Into the Terminators.
We'll summarise that. No wounds from those guys into the Terminators. I'm guessing you're doing the Demon Prince.
Yeah, so I'm just deciding if I'm going to risk splitting his attacks or if I just get the job done.
Yeah, so Demon Prince. Beefed up Demon Prince thanks to the Psychic phase.
Yeah, I was thinking about splitting attacks into the Terminator squad. Don't think it's worth it. So everything is going to Guilliman. I'm hitting on 2s. I'm re-rolling 1s for his aura. And then I'm strength 8 because of putrescent vitality,
So 3s.
which would be 3s, but because of blaze of putrefaction, I've got a +1. So
Essentially 2s.
2s. Don't have a re-roll, but I'll roll the dice I dropped. So they all wound, and the 6s do mortal wounds because of blaze of putrefaction.
That's it. He's dead.
Oh.
The mortal wounds kill him.
Splat.
Boom. Guilliman is finished.
No, he's not.
Easy.
Oh, he comes back, doesn't he?
He's got
How
his
did I forget
stupid
this?
armour.
How did I forget this?
I mean, his awesome armour.
This has happened before, I forgot.
Okay, in addition, the first time Rip Gunner was reduced to 0 wounds, roll a d6 on a 4+, set him up again at the end of the phase as close as possible to his previous position. So a 4+,
Here we go.
does he get up?
Yes,
Yeah.
oh my god. With how many wounds?
Let's see.
D6.
4,
I'll
wow.
keep the 4
Yeah,
at the end of the phase.
there he
though.
is. So he can't do that again.
He can't fight though if it's at the end of the phase, surely.
He's
No.
got to be 1 inch away, so he can't fight.
Yeah.
What's going on?
The Poxwalkers did nothing to the Marines,
Yeah.
and then lost 2 in return.
Mhm.
Typhus absolutely stomped the pants off the captain, and then he's consolidated into the drop pod.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
so we think we've had this discussion before on the channel, but so I've had Kingslayer. Guilliman has got back up. I think last time we decided on a dice roll that you don't count as scoring Kingslayer, even though you have destroyed the unit during the turn, because he's now back on the board. Fair enough, we'll play it the same way. So I haven't scored that. I have scored Grandfather's Gift. Sorry, I should have left that down there. So I've destroyed a unit during the turn, and the last model was slain by an attack by a Death Guard model with a Plague weapon. So Typhus killing the captain with his Plague weapon counts, and that scores me 1 VP.
Taking you up to 3.
Only 3, yeah.
So not many on the points front, but
No.
you look at your...
I've got the ball position, I just need
You
to
have.
kill Guilliman again.
Basically, yeah. So, for Marines, these are our objectives. Again, can't really read them out,
Yeah, but let's put it this way. They're not very useful. I won't be getting any of them.
basically.
Well,
Movement.
Not to read them out.
very straightforward. Thank you very much. Straightforward movement. What we got down?
Okay, Marines are going to move out of combat because they're Ultramarines and they're going to shoot.
Keep forgetting they can do that.
Guilliman is going to be shooting in a minute, and this Rhino's come around here. Basically, I'm straight into shooting. So whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
I think we're going to summarise the shooting, basically, because it's all pretty straightforward. We are at the end of the Ultramarine shooting turn. Just going to summarise what's happened. Darren?
The Ultramarines have stepped back and basically bolted the rest of the whatever they're called.
Poxwalkers.
Poxwalkers out of the way. One of the Marines died. One of the Plague Marines died over here from shooting, and the crack missile failed to hit again. And then Guilliman did some shooting, and these bolt guns did some shooting, and we took off, I don't know, what, six wounds off the Blight drone. And then next up, Guilliman's going to charge into the Demon Prince.
Cool. There's no Overwatch.
No Overwatch, so you can't fail.
Yeah, just move that in.
Smash.
Back where it all began.
So, Guilliman putting all his attacks into the Demon Prince using which profile?
Hand of Dominion, because it's ×2 strength.
Cool.
Okay, hitting anything to stop me from...
-1 because of Miasma of Pestilence.
Okay, so he only re-rolls any ones he gets.
That
Okay, one miss.
gone.
Wounding on 3s. Oh, not
Did you get
good.
to re-roll those? Yeah.
Okay, so it is 4 saves of 5 up.
I pass 1.
Okay, so
No,
that would be
3 each,
9 altogether.
Okay, I'm pretty sure that's enough to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm ready. So here are the Disgusting Resilience.
Oh, it's okay. How many wounds do you have left?
You're taking 5.
I think he might be alive. So he's taken 5. I think he's got 7 already. With 3 left.
Alive
And-
with 3 wounds.
So I passed 1 invuln. So because of the relic I've got on a 4+, it reflects a mortal wound back onto Mortarion. It does.
Hey.
You mean Guilliman?
On to
Guilliman,
Guilliman, yeah.
sorry, yeah. So take a mortal wound in your face.
So next up we have Terminators into the Demon Prince.
Hitting him on 5s with a reroll.
Re-rolls.
Okay, 3s.
Yeah, they're all Thunder
Toughness 8,
Hammers.
isn't he? Or
Toughness 8.
So 4s with a reroll. Oh, 2 wounds.
This is enough.
Right. Is this invulnerable saves of 5 up?
Invuln, yeah.
Failing both. Is it 3 wounds each?
I don't know yet.
Straight up 3 wounds, I believe.
I believe you're correct. So Disgusting
6.
Resilience.
No,
No, he
Demon
is
Prince
dead.
is
Smash.
dead.
Boo. Yeah, D3. So the first one does 2, the second one does 2.
And the bloat drones have just attacked the Terminators and wiped them out.
Ooh yeah!
That is the end of the fight subphase.
No, Typhus is in combat. With
Oh god, he is with the drop pod. Right, let's see if he does anything.
healing.
Typhus just got 6 wounds through the drop pod, who has 8 wounds, so drop pod now down to 2. That is the end of the fight subphase and the end of the turn for the Ultramarines. So in terms of objectives, none have been secured, correct?
Yes, thanks for that.
Yeah, none.
Let's get rid of the one to do with psychic powers, though.
Yeah, so Master of the Warp has been discarded.
I can't do that.
And we shall move over to Death Guard, turn 4. Objectives for Death Guard turn 4 are actually looking pretty good. These are them. Obviously can't read them out, but you can see them here. So in terms of movement for the Death Guard, George, what has gone on?
Okay, so 2 Plaguecasters have moved up. No surprises, they're going to be trying to do some smites. Try and finish off Rubuti for the second time. One of the Plague Drones has come over here, the weakened, most weak one, to try and lock one of these units up in combat. The Plague Marines have done what I probably should have done about 3 turns ago and hid the other side of this building, which is a much better way of avoiding that shooting. Oh well, that's it.
Cool.
That's it, so we're ready to go into the Psychic phase.
Yeah.
So, Darren's got no Psychic Defense left.
Just rolling to see if we
Good
can...
news for me. So, some smites coming in on Guilliman here. So, starting off with a red guy.
Yeah. Goes
He's
off.
cast a big 10 for D6.
D6. Guilliman has 3 wounds left. 3.
That's it.
That's it.
That was easy.
Dead. That is the end. That is Slay the Warlord.
Wow.
So that is Slay the Warlord, and George will also just secure Kingslayer, which immediately, massively closes the gap We'll roll for how many he gets for Kingslayer at the end of the turn though.
Okay, so I was a bit caught out by that, but I'm going to do Curse of the Leper
Yeah.
as my next... Oh no, I can't. It has to target the nearest unit. So he's going to do the other one, Miasma of Pestilence on... Pick a unit, doesn't really matter. Don't care. Going to do another Smite, is what we're going to do here. Off this guy.
Smite into the Rhino, goes
Yeah.
off. D6 again.
For 6.
Wow, Death Guard is
Smash.
stepping it up.
How many wounds has the Rhino got?
Don't know.
Is it 10?
I think it might be 10.
Be quite handy to know if it's 10, Darren.
It would be very
Down
handy.
there.
Oh, it is 10.
It's 10.
Okay.
It's 10. That's changed.
Everyone
things.
needs to know it's 10.
Right.
Okay, good. Red thing, he's got another power, which isn't going to help me here. No. Okay, good. Right, so, shooting phase.
I am
Shoot-
going to summarise all this
Yeah.
shooting.
Okay.
Okay, in terms of shooting, George, what have you done? It's been
Yeah.
very effective.
So I think we saw the psychic phase, didn't we? So
We did.
Guilliman just disappeared suddenly, which freed up a load of firepower, which is pretty handy. So the 2 plague drones here shot at the Rhino, knocked 6 wounds off it, and then I fired the plague marines. I went balls out, big boy profile on the plasma guns, and they did 4 more wounds. So knocked it
No,
off.
you did the 6 wounds with the psychic phase. The blood drones didn't do that.
Oh, they must have knocked something off.
They did
Anyway,
something. Either way,
it died.
It had 10 wounds. That's,
Yeah.
note that.
It had 10 wounds, which may or may not be relevant. Then this plague drone here shot its plague spitters at the further unit and killed 4 of those, which was pretty good. And I've just remembered Mortarion, Typhus has got his pistol attack, which he's got 10 of. There you go.
And the pistol from Typhus has taken the drop pod down to 1 wound as well. We will get over to the assault phase. What are you charging?
Okay, so this bloke drone is going to charge this unit.
I'm going to Overwatch.
Yep.
So we had some Overwatch, no wounds, and then these 2 bloke drones have gotten in. We will summarise the combats across the board. End of the fight phase. Typhus obviously managed to take off the last wound from the drop pod just here. And over here, how many have we killed? 4 of those
Yeah.
Marines.
Oh, that
Well, a total of 4 have died this turn. They managed to do a fair few amount of wounds in the fight phase as well. And we have 1 wound back onto the bloke drone.
yeah. You mentioned the block drop pod, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Cool. So
Very
we scored.
successful for the Death Guard this turn. Very successful.
Yeah. So we have scored Kingslayer for finally sorting Guilliman out.
Which is D3. We need to roll for
D3.
that.
Yeah, I'll do that in a sec. And I've also scored Big Game Hunter for killing the Rhino,
Nicely
which was a
done.
handy little bonus I wasn't expecting. So D3 for Guilliman.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big 3.
3.
So that takes
That
me to...
has shifted massively. So you get 3 plus 1 for Slay the Warlord, plus 1 for Big Game Hunter.
That is
Putting
even
it on
Stevens
even.
on 7.
What a shift in the game. That is massive. And yeah, so it's looking like Death Guard are overtaking Ultramarines, who have had the lead for most of the game. So let's see if Ultramarines can survive. Over here, there is a likely chance they won't get tabled.
A decent card.
We just need some decent cards, yeah.
Well, one.
These are objectives for Ultramarine turn 4. We have this, that, and that. Can't say them out loud, although George pretty much knows what they are anyway.
And
Very straightforward. Darren, what's happened?
I've moved out of combat with the Ultramarines with their doctrine,
Yeah.
and the Terminators have moved the Cyclone missile, so you can shoot at the one thing you can shoot at, which is that.
Which is a character, but it's the only closest visible unit, which
We're
is
going to do it
fine.
with this one because the crack missiles have not hit at all yet, so I'm going to go for them. These
I'm
moved.
going to summarise everything.
Okay, so
Some shooting at bloke drones over here, no wounds. We had some shooting from the Terminators here,
which
down
missed
into the
both
characters.
again.
Nada. That is the end of the turn. No points secured. We should get over to Death Guard turn 5.
Yeah.
And at the end of that turn, George has secured Defend Objective 5 for an additional 2, taking him up to 10 against Darren's 8. We are, I just had a discussion, and we are going to call the game there because the outcome is not going to change now. The Death Guard have won. They've taken the victory after the Ultramarines led for most of the game, which is fantastic to see, but we shall get over to a bit of a debrief. And that's it. That is the end of the game, and the victory has been given to the Death Guards, which it was a very entertaining game, and
very good.
it shifted. I genuinely thought the Ultramarines had it, and you were ahead significantly. I thought you were getting to the point where you might not be able to claw it back, and then in one turn, just completely switched,
Yeah,
and you took it.
I did take it. Yeah,
was
that
good.
was possibly the best game of 8th I've had.
That's good.
I think I'm going to put that out there.
Even I wasn't that salty, was I?
No,
you
Darren
are,
wasn't?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
I managed to go through the whole thing
without
I was just
complaining.
interested in the fight. I think both of us entirely had in our minds that we don't really care what happens in
As
the
long
game.
as the two
as long as
primarchs
the two
punch each
primarchs
other.
fight.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they got into combat because in the past where I've tried to have
Set
setups,
people up.
Yeah.
basically to see those sorts of clashes, it never happens
Yeah.
because you
Rubbish
can't
format.
fully force it, but it happened naturally. Which is
Yeah.
the nicest way for it to
Got them in the
happen.
same room together.
Yeah.
They saw each other die. They
Set
quite
on
crowded
some lovely
room.
music.
Set the mood, bit of music, bit of Conan the Barbarian.
But
Yeah.
kind of barbarian.
Some of the slow numbers came on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked out nicely.
It was good.
And
I sort of knew from I knew that Guilliman isn't going to be able to take Mortarion on 1-to-1 because he's not got his points stacked in. He's very good in combat. He can kill lots of stuff, but his points aren't stacked quite so heavily into the things that maybe Mortarion are. I would say Mortarion's probably better in combat and certainly more able to get there because of his sort of flying and stuff like that. But also I knew Guilliman was all going to be about doing it together with his Marines. He was never going to throw himself in by himself. He was bringing his Marines, his chapter together to do that.
Yeah, as a force multiplier, which is his role.
Yeah, and it was great to see Mortarion in there. I mean, he took a lot of damage, but he started to take the damage just at the point where I was at my most effective, which is very close range, ready to sort of finish you off with a charge and a lot of, not even a lot of Marines, but just very effective firepower right up close.
Yeah, just re-rolling all those hits and wounds all the time. It's massive, as I think is well understood. It's just a huge impact on how effective all that shooting and combat is. Like the difference in those, you had those two Terminators left, and the end of the turn where Guilliman died before he came back, they did nothing, just bounced off the Demon Prince. The next turn, with Guilliman back, they did 6 wounds, and that was because you re-rolled all those hits that, 4s, 5s to hit, but re-rolling, it just all stacks up. It's huge, which is kind of what we knew.
How did you feel Mortarion was? Because you said some interesting things afterwards. I mean, you say you use him in a completely different way. I mean, you weren't used to using a model like that.
Yeah, so kind of, I've not really, I'm trying to think, sort of over the various armies and stuff I played, I've never really had that sort of super weapon type model. Magnus being sort of probably the best other example I can think of off the top of my head. So I think it was really interesting seeing how Darren reacted to what I did with that model, and I put that really strong fast move up the right flank, and basically said to Darren there, deal with that, see what you can do. And actually he did. He put Mortarion down, but the upshot of him doing Mortarion was that everything else pretty much, except some Poxwalkers, rocked up basically unharmed. So I had the 3 drones in there, the Demon Prince in there, and then they were well equipped to do the business. And actually, had I been a bit cleverer with what I did with my Plague Marines, rather than sort of standing there in that pointless shoot off with the Terminators, if I just brought them up the board, they'd have done a bit more work. And I think, I don't know why I put Typhus into that drop pod really, but he could have potentially given me another option for dealing with Guilliman the next turn. So yeah, although Mortarion died before he didn't get to sort of put the boot in on Guilliman, he actually did all the work of distracting Darren's game plan totally onto dealing with him, and then let me use everything else to claw the game back at the end.
The bloke drones really.
Yeah, MVP again.
They're incredible, aren't
They're
they?
just
They
really
are
reliable.
Good.
They just get up movement, reliable damage output.
Yeah. It's not even them in isolation. So you look at their points cost and what they do in isolation, you go, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
But when you've effectively it's almost like they're sort of like very tough, very toned down sort of demon princes in a way. So you've got those flying things, you've got like 5 things. How many wounds combined with Mortarion, the demon prince and the bloat drones were on that flanking attack? A lot of wounds.
50, 60, almost over 60.
Over
And they're
60
not
wounds.
easy to strip on.
Yeah, they're all
quite
tough as 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was exactly the plan. Like that's the first time I really used it, but the 3 drones plus the demon prince as a little like, there you go. What are you going to do about that?
A lot of wounds.
And then Mortarion as well was like,
just all their disgusting resilience. So they're not even sort of wounds that, they're wounds with extra saves that most things with high wounds don't get, or at least you might have to cast something like Fortune or something on top of them. So it's a hell of a sort of a cross between a hammer and anvil at the same time, isn't it? A lot of stuff to deal with.
Yeah. I think some of the else interest I wanted to mention was sort of seeing this sort of Death Guard, a bit of synergy coming out around the mortal wounds. So we got that quite nice 1-2, the psychic power that worked quite well there, and could have worked better had my positioning been better. But actually, there was those sort of key mortal wounds that popped up that's how I got rid of Guilliman in the end, right? And knocking that Rhino down, you know, and those extra ones just coming out of Mortarion's aura and out of the Plaguecasters were really useful. So that's definitely in the sort of Death Guard playbook, and you kind of saw that as I got in close range. Darren's lead got eroded quite quickly towards those last couple of turns. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I'm not a fan of. I think mortal wound mechanic is fine. I'm not a fan, with the exception of Death Guard, I'm not a fan of the proliferation of how many ways to get them you have in it.
Yeah.
But it makes sense and works with Death Guard, because actually if you take out that, or chop that down or make them less efficient at getting them, they don't have a very high damage output.
No, as you saw in the first couple of turns, it was like shooting phase next. Nothing happened.
Even in combat, I mean, like say your basic Plague Marines or your Pox Walkers or anything like that, they're not over the top powerful in combat, or not very much shooting, so they need that mechanic. Whether the game in general needs to have so many armies with so many ways of getting mortal wounds is a different matter in my mind, but it made sense that's the way that they grind through things, and the game ended up, in my opinion, I ended up getting sucked into a battle of attrition, which was
really fluffy.
Something
like proper
fluffy.
like Death Guard,
yeah. It's not something that worked for me. So in the end, in the long run, which is what attrition is about, it ended up being in your favour to have a war of attrition, and I didn't have enough stuff left at the end of the game to make impacts. The last couple of turns, even if I had got reasonable sort of objective cards, I wouldn't have been able to capitalise on them because I didn't have enough stuff left to go and take objectives, or close enough to do so, and neither did I have like the firepower to say, take out a bloat drone if for any chance that happened to count as a vehicle or whatever that I could take out in one turn and get the points for. So just had nothing left. We were spent by that point.
So mortal wounds might be a good discussion topic, John.
Yeah. Think about it. Not one group.
We can do like a sit and chat. A fireside. You've got a fire now.
Yeah.
Get some pillows. Have a fireside chat.
Sounds dangerous.
Or a wing back.
Wing back.
Yeah.
Smoking jacket.
Smoking
jacket.
I'm going to go all out if I'm going to do it.
Put your little chair down there.
Got to do it right.
Rock yourself back and forwards in a chair that doesn't have a rocking session.
MVP, Darren?
What, for me? Well, Guilliman.
Obviously Guilliman. Straight up.
The fact that he get back up again. I mean, when you look at he didn't on his own kill Mortarion. He didn't on his own kill the Demon Prince, but they would have never have died.
Yeah, without
him.
For Guilliman, yeah.
He played his role in the same way that Mortarion kind of played his role. He held the sort of army together. In the end, I think I didn't have enough stuff around him. I need to focus on making him much more of a bubble.
I thought that stuff was out of range of his ability. I was trying to think of how you could have won, like how Darren could have won.
I think, having that other Terminator unit up in his half would have really helped.
Yeah, like the shooting Terminators at the back.
I'm not.
I don't know actually.
They just score you 2 points, but I don't think they were.
I think that the Cyclone missile launcher is the thing that annoys me about it. It's so expensive, and the crack missiles never hit in the game we played before. They never hit.
Yeah, I'd probably leave that at home.
The other thing that I could have potentially have done is put my teleport homer somewhere else, or gone to try and go for Mortarion with that big blob of stuff in the first turn. But then again, I didn't get the first turn, and he had a chance to move out of the way. That was my other option, to try and go for him with all that lot and try and wound him and bring him down. But actually, that probably would have been a bad idea because I needed the rerolls to get him.
Yeah, if you'd dropped your deep striking stuff into that corner, I think I'd have seen that as a massive gift because they'd have had none of Guilliman's bonuses.
Yeah.
I'd have just ignored that half of your army, wiped that lot out, and then I'd have gone and dealt with Guilliman.
Yeah.
So I was looking for a sort of half and half with an army whereby half of it could go and attack another part of the board. I just don't think of the models that I've got in my collection we're attempting to do some sort of alpha strike. I don't think the models in my collection do lend well to that. I don't think I can do it with what I've got. I think I'd be better off with Guilliman just going, I'm going to buy myself a load of Devastator squads and stick them all behind him and then put some aggressives in the front and say, come at me.
That's the easiest way. That's the
very
option,
boring.
isn't it?
Those aggressors were pretty cool though.
They were nice.
They rolled a lot of dice.
I really like those guys.
Yeah, and they get to shoot twice if they stay still,
which we didn't see, obviously. Yeah,
but that's because I was like, I do not want them shooting again, and I did something about it. So.
I've got 2 units of them.
I'd like to see. I think they're great. I think they were really good.
Yeah, I liked them, and the idea was to basically have 2, but I realised I wasn't going to get 2 units painted in one day.
Yeah.
Which is all
One
I
unit
gave
painted in a day is pretty sweet anyway. Anyway, I'm going to sort of tie it up there. Are there any other major points that you guys think, like big things?
I don't like Tigerius.
Other than that,
I think he's a bit rubbish.
For 4 wounds, and he does die quite quickly.
Yeah.
Good.
He
good
didn't have much
psycho.
impact there, did he?
Those poxcasters, the amount of
No, I had a lot of
characters you had in
psychic.
there. There was a
there.
lot of psychic in there. Yeah, and the last point I was going to make, the pox walkers themselves, the amount those things died, I think really shocked you in the first turn.
Shocked me as well. I didn't think that many would die.
Yeah, I mean, I lost close to 30 wounds worth of models. And I rolled 6 saves in total. So actually, it was probably about odds on, but it felt quick.
Yeah, it did seem like they just ripped.
Well, I think that says more about the efficiency of your shooting than it does about those poxwalkers.
Survived a bit longer.
Yeah. The other way to look at that is that that 20-man unit's 120 points, and if you use 500, 600 points of your list to deal with that in a turn,
It's good trade.
that means you exactly you couldn't target anything else.
Yes.
And that was exactly the game plan.
That's
I
what
didn't
they're
want
there
you to
for.
shoot my Plague Marine squad that could actually do something later on, or my characters.
Yeah,
Mission accomplished. They did
exactly
their
what
job.
they're to do. Yeah.
I charged them in at the end because I had nothing else to do with them. They'd done their job, and that was it.
Yeah. Well, that is the end of the battle report. We do have other battle reports, including other Death Guard battle reports.
What are we gonna do next?
I don't know, mate.
Yeah?
Something, a good one.
Yeah.
So subscribe to see the good one that's coming next.
Oh, I see.
Subscribe for the good one.
Subscribe for the good one.
I'm not going to mean it.
Like, comment, share. Let other people know about the Visicast because we are growing faster than we have done before, I think, in general. But it's nicer for you guys to help keeping us growing. But yeah, thank you very, very much for watching. Make sure you check out some other battle reports. Au revoir.
None of that was rude.
Bye.
No, it wasn't.
No. Hey guys, so thanks very much for watching all the way to the end of the bat rep. That's pretty cool when that happens. I'm going to reward you with a little plug. So this is going online on Friday. So on Sunday following, so it's a week from today, but it'll actually be 3 days when you see this. I'm running a Bournemouth Marathon, and I'm fundraising for a number of really cool charities. So if you want to maybe have a little look into what that's all about, it's all because I had a baby son. Called Max, and in August he passed away at the age of 3 months, which was pretty. Sorry, John, I'll have to bleep that out. That was pretty poor. Yeah, so I'm doing a bit of fundraising, raising a bit of awareness about some of the really awesome people that helped us out through that, my wife and I, through that journey. So if you want to find out a bit more, I'll ask John to put the link to our page in the comments. Don't feel obliged to give, but if you do want to, you can do that through there. And I'll also ask him if he can just overlay, there's a little text code, so make it really easy. If you just want to give £1 or something, it's like there's some really cool people out there doing amazing stuff that I knew nothing about. I'll give you a quick example, and then I'll stop taking up your time. Ronald McDonald charities. You go into McDonald's, and they've got all those pots under the desk, and you put in your coppers. I've been doing that for years, never knew anything about what that's all about. So what that money provides is houses or accommodation in hospitals for the families of sick kids. So when my wife and I took Max into hospital when he was poorly, we were able to stay somewhere at no cost initially, certainly, as in we didn't have to pay, but we donated because we could. And it meant we could be nearby. We didn't have to worry about travelling back and forth. It meant my daughter could be with us. So it was really cool. So a good example. If you want to find out more, have a look. Thank you very much.